and a bit how to trade and how we should deal with prices. In past videos, we saw the trend, which is so important. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. And I wanted to continue to make you understand how to learn to recognize a trend reversal. A quick recap. Last time we saw that understanding the trend is crucial for moving, especially in future trades, whether bearish or bullish. In a downtrend, I look for trades that on the highs will lead me to shorts, and in an uptrend, trades that will lead me to gains. Everything is very simple, without me repeating everything, but you can go back and see what we used to also see. I always prefer the prices, but sometimes, to also get confirmations, to compare, I also use the 20-day exponential moving average and the 50-day exponential moving average, especially on the weekly and on the 3-day chart. Then I also use the simple moving average 200, especially on the weekly. Let's look at some examples. For instance, let's check out the EMA 20 and the EMA 50. So, on Bitcoin's weekly chart, take this chart here. Let's clean it up. We can see that, especially regarding the deviations which we saw in the other video, when there are intersections, okay? For example, here, where it continued to deviate and staying above this support. These are even more confirmations of a trend reversal. Then use them, the moving average 2050, to see if a trend is valid, okay? For example, we notice here when there was this crossover where there was a breakout. All right, on this level, pay more attention to simplicity and understanding. I'll try to make things as straightforward as possible so you can grasp them. What happened here on this key resistance? The EMA 20 and EMA 50 crossed over here. The price level broke out from this moving average and then re-entered. The art test below for me was an even bigger confirmation that the trend was bearish. Indeed, it then went down 50 to 60%. As here, the price started to consolidate on these levels, making a breakout. Consolidating here, there was the confirmation that the price has started the bullish momentum. These are mainly used to see the momentum. Momentum is nothing but a price acceleration in the direction about the new trend that is forming, which we can also see with some indicators that I am not very interested in, but many use them. I will show them to you because they can always provide confirmation. Another one that you can use, especially, let's clean up the chart, especially. And on the 3 days, as I told you, to see the trend. But you can also do it daily. However, here it is much simpler for you to understand the general market trend. It's the simple moving average 200, okay? Let's dive into the charts a bit with a longer history, where this SMA is very useful for seeing macro trends. Look here how it works. Support here. The downside was broken. That's why they were all for the bearish. Remember? Which then deviated and went down. Here it was a very simple short. That, however, I personally near key supports. I don't care much about the shorts. In fact, what I do is wait. I've already told you in several videos. I'm waiting for a reversal or price signals because near supports and key resistances I prefer to keep pretty calm. That's all. So don't act and wait for further confirmations. So we went down heavily here. The stock market was starting to pump. So I personally was holding still. So what happened here? The price has broken through. We've gone down. The breakout happened. Okay. The breakout happened of the SMA, and the breakout occurred also of EMA 20, 50, and of the price, all bullish signs. And then in another video, which I'll explain if ever I did, go take another look at it on Twitter, search for Code Report. I had taught you something else. After that was my confirmation that buying the bottom was mostly of altcoins, because I bought the bottom of almost 50 altcoin names. And many ask me, why are you taking profit? Now guys, I take profit every week, every month, every day. They are my strategies, because I want my portfolio to always be healthy and with available USDT. After moving around a lot of names of 200, 300, 500 or more, because I made one for 40, it's normal for me to gain depth. We can go up much more. There are many other names in the market. I do trading myself. I don't care much. I make a 25%, sell, buy back later, move to other names. I have very few long-term bags. And then when I make significant moves, or even because of the wind, I've been burned many times in the past cycles. I have never taken profit. I thought the market was pumping. I fell in love with useless altcoin names. Opening a parenthesis here, know that 99% of the altcoins that are shown here as the next future of finance are all bullshit. All of them. Bullshit, most of these names, including AI, I admit. They will go back to zero when the market makes a reversal. It's not time yet. The market is completely bullish, and I think there will still be, especially to go up on Ethereum at the moment. But know that profits must be the name of the game, okay? Building a house happens step by step, brick by brick. It's not like, oh my god, I suddenly become rich. Forget about that. Fairy tales can happen rarely, but what happens to someone who degenerated in this manner, doing it on a bet, those money will be lost on another trade. Trust me, it works like this. The market operates this way. I've been in the markets for 20 years and learned it the hard way, okay? That's why I take profit. That's why I do it. It's normal for me to do it after 500%. It's absolutely normal. I still have names in it. I am still exposed, but if the market were to crash now, my portfolio is still at an all-time high. I couldn't care less, because I've already made the profits I needed to after reaching my goal. So I keep trading. And if we go up, I will increase. I still repeat, I have many names. Spots where my stops are positioned in profile. Okay, let's close that parenthesis. So summarizing, the price action that I taught you in the last video, and use the 20 and 50 EMAs. First step. Second step, also look at the 200-day moving average. This you should use, and then you can also use it on daily confirmations. Okay, it has never crossed down here for now, so the trend was entirely bullish. But I barely watch the daily. I mostly look at the SMA because it gives me false signals. So I then mostly use the OBV, and I use others, 2 or 3 indicators that we might see later in the video. I mainly use it on 3D and weekly, but the weekly is the chart I use more and more to see these trend reversals, which can also be seen on the monthly, but you can see it in the stock market. Forget about Bitcoin, because it makes no sense. So weekly 3D. I'm wrapping up this video here, and another one will be released right away to continue, as I told you, our basic course for all of you. It's going to be very intense, very long, but it will definitely be a real spectacle. Thanks.